Welcome to our comprehensive guide on how to grow cilantro easily at home. Also known as coriander or Chinese parsley, cilantro is a herb with a distinct and versatile flavor. It is a popular ingredient in various cuisines, adding a fresh and citrusy note to your dishes. Growing your cilantro at home not only ensures a steady supply of this delightful herb, it also allows you to experience the joy of home gardening. Let's get started and learn the simple steps involved in growing cilantro. The first step in growing cilantro is choosing the right container. Cilantro does not need a large space to grow, so a small pot or a deep tray will do. Make sure the container has drainage holes at the bottom to prevent waterlogging, as cilantro prefers well-draining, moist soil. Next, it's time to select the seeds. Cilantro seeds are actually the seeds of coriander, the spice commonly used in cooking. You can start your cilantro from seeds that are readily available at garden stores, or you can harvest the seeds from a mature cilantro plant. Keep in mind that cilantro germinates quickly, so you'll see sprouts within a few days. Once you have your seeds and container ready, it's time to plant. Fill your container with a well-balanced potting mix, leaving some space at the top. Gently press the seeds into the soil, but don't cover them with too much soil. Water the newly planted seeds lightly to avoid disturbing them. Coriander and by extension, cilantro, love sunlight. Put your pot in a sunny spot, with a minimum of 6 hours of direct sunlight. If you don't have enough light in your home, you might need to use artificial light, such as special grow lights for indoor plants. The next essential step is watering. Cilantro enjoys moist, but not waterlogged, soil. Water your plant when the top layer of soil feels dry to the touch. Overwatering can lead to root rot, so it's best to let the soil dry out slightly between waterings. As your cilantro starts to grow, you will want to thin it out. This means removing some of the plants to make room for the remaining ones to grow and receive sufficient sunlight. You can use the leaves you remove in your cooking, so they won't go to waste. The growth of cilantro can be broadly divided into 3 stages. The first stage is the seedling stage, where the plant establishes its roots and begins developing its first true leaves. The second stage is vegetative growth, characterized by the rapid growth of the stem and the production of more leaves. The third stage is flowering and seed production. Once the plant starts to flower, the leaves can become bitter, signaling that the plant is reaching the end of its life cycle. Throughout the growth cycle of cilantro, it's important to provide your plant with the necessary nutrients. You can use a balanced fertilizer every few weeks to ensure your cilantro is receiving the right nutrients for healthy growth. As the cilantro matures, you will notice the formation of a central stem. You want to make sure that you continue to harvest the leaves regularly to encourage the plant to keep producing more leaves rather than maturing to the flowering stage. When your cilantro is about 6 inches tall, you can start harvesting. To harvest, simply snip the outer leaves with a pair of clean scissors or gardening shears. This method allows the inner leaves to continue growing. After a few weeks, your plants will have matured to the point when it will flower. Once the plant starts to produce small white or pinkish blooms, it's about to start producing seeds. These seeds can be harvested for use or to sow new plants. If you are interested in coriander seeds, let some of the flowers dry on the plant. Once the plant has turned completely brown, cut off the stalks and store in a warm, dry place until the seeds are thoroughly dry. You can then crush the seeds and use them in your cooking. Be mindful that under natural conditions, cilantro, coriander can self-sow. This means that if you let the plant flower and produce seeds, there's a good chance you will see little cilantro seedlings popping up around the base of the parent plant. This characteristic is useful as it pretty much guarantees a fresh, ongoing supply of this herb without having to keep resowing seeds. Understanding the life cycle of cilantro is important to ensure a continuous supply of fresh herbs. It is a fast-growing herb, but it can also be somewhat short-lived, especially in warm weather when it tends to bulb. The plant's quick transition from a vegetative to a flowering state, and go to seed. To ensure a consistent supply of leaves, you might want to consider sowing new seeds every few weeks. As you can see, growing cilantro is an easy and rewarding experience. Homegrown cilantro does not only provide the convenience of having a fresh supply of this herb at your fingertips but also allows you to enjoy the whole process of growing and nurturing a plant from seedling to maturity. So why not try your hand at growing cilantro and start enjoying its enticing flavor in your home-cooked meals?